here. I was sitting at that farm building right there. The tornado passed maybe 100 yards south of where I was. I'm hearing a lot of sirens from New Baden, which I don't love. We're gonna make our way that way. It's 3:51 p.m. on Sunday, May 26th. I'm all alone at the Casey's in Blue Mound, Illinois, on a moderate risk day that I've given up on. It's long advertised been a severe weather day across the southern half of Illinois with a morning MCS that was well advertised to come through and probably blow the environment to pieces, totally scour it. And that was really the idea up until this morning. And then it's like every hour through the day today, the situation's improved. And so I've had a frustrating day. I decided, I don't care what my odds are of, documenting a tornado or a crazy memorable storm. I just want to go out for a drive and, go see a thunderstorm. And so I'm just out on a drive by myself, just kind of in no hurry to get anywhere in particular, loosely playing from Litchfield to Effingham. And now I'm on my way into Blue Mound here just to fill up the gas tank and get a Coke and something to eat. And the Storm Prediction Center bumps it up to a moderate risk, a tornado-driven moderate risk. So I'm like, all right, I have to pull over, get a fountain Coke, and get serious. So here we are. It's hot and sunny. The environment's recovering, and the wind fields are there for supercells and tornadoes. I'm going to read the discussion. Still a high likelihood this thing's going to turn into an MCS, but we're here now. Well, we're nearly there. We're basically on the north edge of the zone. Let's read this discussion. Wow. That is a pretty juiced up discussion. There are storms forming just to my south. Let's keep going south. Jeez. All right, leaving Blue Mound, 3:54, moderate risk, with a pretty hyped up discussion talking about a very favorable vorticity rich environment supporting tornadoes, several intense long track tornadoes possible. Got some faint mamadas overhead. You can see an updraft tower. More and more serious every hour. Not so much just a leisurely grab the cameras and go see a storm anymore. We are full on rolling up to a supercell, a moderate risk day in southwest Illinois. Big wall cloud to my west, near Lebanon, Illinois, on Highway 4 south. We're gonna get a view of it here in just a moment out my passenger window. made it into a tornado warning polygon. We're going for the furthest south storm, this one that's coming out of the St. Louis metro right now. Tornado warning, has a history of tornadoes. See how long it keeps going. It's just down the road. Southwest we about 10-15 miles. 6:20. I've got a tornado warned supercell just to my west, a history of producing tornadoes. The last cycle is over, but I think based on velocity, it's getting ready to try again. And the area is just to my west. This is probably a good spot to try and stop to watch it. Just north of the town of Mascoutah. We're on the north edge of town right now. There's two highways, one on the north side, one on the south side. I'm just gonna try and make a play here to look at it, but rotation on that wall cloud here. Gotta get east. New Baden, Illinois tornado. There it is. Tornado just caused damage right here. This is New Baden, Illinois tornado. Tornado just passed about a quarter to a half a mile to my south here in New Baden. Debris will be right here. Really strong straight line winds coming now. Debris right here. This is where the tornado crossed. This is just straight line winds now coming in behind. EMS showing up here. That was a tornado. Look for the power lines that are down. I'm gonna get out. All right, so tornado just came right through here. That's damage. Everybody all right? All right, cool. Damage seems minor, but this guy's got some trees down, some structural damage here. Yeah. You can see the path through the wheat field here. Building was impacted by a tornado. You can see it lost part of the roof. Parts of the roof are just kind of laying over here. So the tornado just passed right here. I mean, you can see the fields over here, flattened in some areas, but minor damage, but it just blew right through here. I was sitting at that farm building right there. The tornado passed maybe 100 yards south of where I was. I'm hearing a lot of sirens from New Baden, which I don't love. We're gonna make our way that way. Sitting at the Casey's in Trenton. It's gonna make my way back towards Champaign. Played that about right, depending on how you think of it. But I saw that little area on the radar, that little notch coming into New Baden. So my plan was to get up to 160 and just blast east ahead of it. But then I was like, this is gonna do it right now. So we just sat on the south side of New Baden and let it come at us, and it touched down.
Head east on West Broadway.
So the lightning's pretty crazy. The storms are moving off. There's a huge tornado down in southern Illinois by Goreville right now, like classic supercell, big tornado. We'll take the little EF0 or whatever that ends up being. Here in New Baden, not well behaved, did cause some damage. But fortunately, unlike a handful of the tornadoes we've seen this year, not a giant killer. Everyone seems to be okay, but inconvenienced.
Turn left on North Jefferson Street. In 800 feet, turn left on West 3rd Street.
Alright, so we'll get out of here. North on 160 out of Trenton, back up to the interstate.
Head west on West Broadway, Better Lane, Sec 1780, toward South Madison Street, then turn right on Illinois 160. Continue on Illinois 160 on the 9 line.
So we'll enjoy the lightning on the way back, and try not to follow too close with these storms. I don't want to drive through the heavy rain. That's about the only way you can play those, QLCS tornadoes embedded within a line. You just got to pace the line in the, action area until you see it like on radar, like, oh, that's about to do it. And then you turn around and you look at it. And sometimes you get lucky. That was very reminiscent of April 28th, 2020, when I put myself, near a QLCS tornado like that near Dawson, Illinois. Lightning is nuts behind this storm right now. That was a fun little exhilarating storm observation. Don't usually play like that with something a little more violent. How'd you know it wasn't going to be violent, Andrew? I didn't.